Welcome back. This is another rendition of Everything Black Owned. I'm your man Scooter. Today we have a very special guest.
All right.
But go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Frances Odoy. I am founder and CEO of COCOGIN LLC.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, can you tell us what is COCOGIN LLC?
COCOGIN is love. COCOGIN is nothing but love. But she is a cold pressed juice business based here in Richmond, Virginia. We were established back in 2020 during the pandemic, just trying to do better because we knew better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we're just trying to spread that with the community now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us here on Everything Black Owned.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, can you tell us, how did you get started?
So back in 2020, like I said, I had this love for ginger, and I really wanted to just press ginger into a juice and then turn them into ice cubes, because I wanted to just like put them in tea and things of that nature. And when I got into the process of doing that, I had some carrots and oranges on the counter, and I said, let me just throw that into the juicer too, and started juicing for myself. Then family and friends were just like, they were interested as well. So I started juicing for them, and then my brother was just like, well, you need to put a label on it. And we're here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, how many years you been in the juicing game?
Like literally like juicing, going on 4 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
What's some of the most rewarding things you've experienced from juicing for yourself, be it on the business end and then from clients?
Yeah.
Or,
Okay, so one of the most rewarding things is being able to open perspectives for people. Because I've had some people who really didn't even know what cold pressed juices was.
Okay.
Some people who didn't really like ginger. People who don't like carrots. I had a little girl who was just like, oh, I don't like carrots. But then when she tried the everything but orange, she was like, Mommy, I really like carrots now. So opening perspectives to wellness for people has been the most rewarding thing. And honestly, when it comes down to just like COCOGIN period, what has been more rewarding to me as a business was the fact that I could create my own business. I never imagined that this was going to be a business. Like I said, I was doing it selfishly for myself, but then when I had my family and friends like really just encourage, let me get some bottles and, put a label on it and, go ahead and create an Instagram, get a website. And I'm like, okay, I think this could be a thing. So being able to create a business for myself has been really very rewarding, because I don't have to rely on corporate America and things of that nature to be able to be successful and be able to create my own.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah.
All right. So you got some of your juices here on display. Can you give us the breakdown of what's in them and what they do for you? And
absolutely. Okay, so with COCOGIN, all of our juices do consist of coconut water and ginger, hence the name COCOGIN.
Come on now.
And the intention behind that was to have the ability to hydrate and heal our bodies in a very convenient way. Because with the ginger, you're healing your body in a lot of different ways. With the coconut water, you're hydrating your body in a lot of different ways. And then adding all of the other ingredients just makes it one delectable juice to have. Okay.
Come on now.
But what we have here is, and we're going in order of how they were created.
Let's do it.
So we got our OG right here. This is Everything But Orange. That is our EBO. That is our juice that consists of, EBO.
Shout out.
Everything Black Owned. Everything But Orange. I'm just saying, but we have our EBO here. That is our cantaloupe and carrot based juice, also with pineapple, apple, lemon, coconut water, and ginger. And then our next one is our Let It Beam. Actually, she started off as a ginger shot.
Okay.
But I had a friend of mine who was like, no, like this could be good as a whole juice. So we turned it into a whole full 8-ounce juice. So that is our pineapple orange based juice with apples, lemon, coconut water, and ginger. Gotcha. Then we have our fruit punch, which is our beet based juice. She is a spinoff of the beet based juice that we had when we started, which was roots, but now we have fruit punch, because she definitely tastes more like a juice. Gotcha. But we say fruit with the root being the base word in that, because she's full of root vegetables, hence the beets and the carrots and the ginger. Also including a little bit of orange and some pineapple, lime, coconut water, and ginger. Then we have our green detox. She is a simple juice. She's our cucumber and pineapple based juice with lime, coconut water, and ginger. And then we have our appleade right there on the end. She is our newest kid on the block. Okay, she's our apple juice. She consists of Gala apples, Granny Smith apples, lemon, coconut water, and ginger.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful. That's dope.
yeah.
So before it gets to this,
Mm-hmm.
it has to go through this. So can you tell us a little bit about
yes.
what this machine is and what to do with it?
Okay, so this right here is our commercial cold press juicer. And this juicer here can give you about 100 bottles in one sitting, and that's about maybe like an hour or so. But definitely she is a love of mine. This is something that I had wanted to use like for the longest when I started juicing, because like I wanted quantity, and I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get there until I had something like her. So being able to now put my hands on one of these things has been a blessing. Okay, but how she works is, this is our chute right here. We feed all of our ingredients through here. She comes down to this part of the machine where she is then shredded, because there's a grinder that is right here, where in which once it is grinded, all of that produce that it has been shredded then falls into this press bag here. And then what happens is, once this press bag is about halfway full, what will happen is we'll then press the actual press the juicer, so that way the juice can then come through the bottom into our container that'll capture the juices. Yes, I mean she's
a trooper.
She a bad one.
I love it.
She's a bad one, but she's been loved. Honestly, she was a dream come true, to be honest with you. I dreamt about her, and I talked about her, and I spoke on her, I prayed on her, and she came about.
Look at that.
So yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can you talk to us a little bit about your journey? Like, who are some of the people that helped you along the way? Some of the challenges you had to overcome. Like, how did you get to here?
Okay. So by all means, I would love to speak on Julian. Julian is my mentor. He's been my business coach / mentor since the beginning of COCOGIN.
Shout out to Julian.
Okay, juliansjuicebox.com if you want to catch him. And also too, if you're any juicers out there that are looking into creating a business for yourself, he does provide juice mentoring services. You can catch that at juicelaunch.com. But I did want to say that he has been very pivotal in this journey for me. When I first started, literally, when it was mentioned to me that I should create this into a business, I was like, I don't know how that's going to work, So I went on YouTube University.
Come on.
Okay. And I was just on there searching and just trying to figure out, hey, how can I create a juice business? And I ran across one of his videos.
Okay.
And at the end of the video, he was saying that he had an ebook that he was offering to people, and that ebook was $11.11. And I said, wait a minute, I said $11.11. I'm not losing a whole lot on that, So I ended up purchasing the ebook, and got through that ebook like probably within like 2 hours. Went through it, and I was just like, I think I can do this, So I started trying to do a few things by myself, and then I actually reached out to him and pursued actual coaching with him, and he's been helping me ever since. And he was initially based out in Charlottesville, then ended up moving down to Richmond. And he was like, hey, I'm moving to Richmond. I'm going to be, moving my business down there as well too. By all means, if you want to go into a kitchen and we can work together, you can utilize the machine, where in which this is his machine that I've been blessed to be able to work with. And also he was able to, offer me more mentoring as well too. So that has been the most pivotal, that's how I got here, outside of faith in God, okay, outside of faith in God, because there's been many a days where I'm just like, I don't know if this is, for me, but God keeps stepping in and saying, honey, yes, it is. I put this for you. So
and you're doing
it's not going anywhere.
Job.
Thank you.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
Taking over the city, honestly.
Ooh, I'm
starting to see your juices everywhere now.
I'm listen, that's good to hear. It's good to hear, but I'm just here to be able to be impactful and help those that need the assistance. And I for all of the other juice businesses that are out here, I commend them too, because at the end of the day, we're just trying to spread wellness. We're just trying to spread wellness in a way where it's just more convenient for people to be able to achieve that for themselves. So by all means, if I'm out there in the city, hey,
come on.
However, by all means, it's all, we're all here just to do one thing, and that's help people.
And I love that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Because you spoke on, last time you spoke on your father and getting into it to help him.
I mean, because when I came home in the beginning of the pandemic, because my father had a stroke. So, because prior to this, I was a flight attendant. So from 2017 to 2020, I was a flight attendant. I was based on the West Coast, but unfortunately, my father had encountered a stroke. So then I had to come home, and while I was here taking care of him, and this was like during the pandemic, so having to take care of him, as well as try to fight this pandemic in the way that we can. I was just like, the best way for me to do that right now is to just build up my immune system. So I think it's very, everything happens for a reason. That's what I'll say. Everything happens for a reason. And even as unfortunate as him having to encounter that stroke, that allowed me the ability to be able to come home and then just really think about how to better my health, while trying to better his health, if that makes sense. Gotcha. And cold pressed juices was that I had the opportunity to tap in this, because let's just be real. I had a juicer for about 5 years. Never touched that thing. Okay, that box was collecting dust.
Really?
So so it's one of those things where they say, like, when you sit on something, or you just you leaving money on the table. But I was sitting on this for a long time. I was really sitting on this for a long time. But again, everything happens for a reason. My goal was to, like, all right, I want to do something. Like, when I knew I was coming home, literally that plane ride coming home, I kept telling myself, I was like, if I'm going to come home, I'm not just going to go back to a 9 to 5. I have to do something impactful. I have to do something bigger than me. And with that, like, I learned that you got to be careful what you ask for. You really got to be careful what you ask for, because God said, okay, I got you.
He delivers every time.
Come on now.
Every time.
He was just like, don't worry, I got you. And then this came about, and I didn't know really where this was going. I really didn't. But we're here today on Everything Black Owned.
Come on now. Okay. Well, speaking of being here today, and where do you see COCOGIN going?
I mean, if we're talking far and wide, I would love to see COCOGIN going global.
Let's do it.
I would love to see
Remember what you just said?
I know.
And anything you say on Everything Black Owned happens.
Okay.
Come on.
So I would love to see it go global. My family is so we're West African, Ghanaian. Now, I was born and raised here in the States, but both my mother and my father are Ghanaian. So I would love to be able to take this back home. There are a lot of good juice businesses that are out there. However, there's no COCOGIN out there. So I would just love to be able to offer that to more people. So definitely from a global standpoint. Ideally, I'm looking at maybe potentially like in airports, because when people are traveling, they definitely want to travel more healthier. There's more people that are traveling that are more health conscious, and to be able to have something like this. So if the opportunity were to be in airports, that would be loved to. Okay. But I guess reel it in a little bit more. I mean, I would love to be able to offer juices to restaurants, so that way when individuals are choosing their meal, they can have a beneficial drink to go with their meal. I also, I would love to do some more events. I just want to stay relevant. I want to stay present. That's really what I see for the future.
One more thing, because we spoke off camera, speak to having your juices in the school system and your experience.
Oh, yes. So a few weeks back, I was actually able to go back to my old high school.
Okay.
And I was actually able to talk to a group of young girls about just wellness and juicing. And it was really beautiful, because I was able to talk to them about something that I wish I would have known at that time, just to kind of better my health and, just women's issues and things of that nature. Okay. So I was able to talk to them about that. So, like, I would love to be able to talk, like, get more into the school systems and bring, have more conversations about wellness, because I feel like if you start at the youth, that can just grow into their lives and further, and they can honestly be able to even take that home to their families. Because who was it? It was Tabitha Brown. Okay. Tabitha Brown. I know her with her story, with her vegan story. Her daughter had watched the movie What the Health. Have you seen that before? What the Health? You should check that out. It was on. You said what?
I don't know if I seen it or not.
Okay, it was on Netflix. But What the Health? I know that her daughter had took that home to her. They watched it, and that's what allowed her to become vegan and change her life, and for her to become the person that she is now. So if I could be able to get into the school systems and have more conversations,
Right.
with the youth, and that can then be carried on to their families and into their homes, that would be love too. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, let me be one to let you know I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Your story is incredible.
Thank
You're
you.
doing incredible things.
Thank you. Thank you.
Keep going.
Whew. Listen, I have no choice.
That's it.
I have no choice but to keep going. And by all means, if y'all see me slacking, get on a girl. Okay. But yeah, no, I have no choice. I have no choice.
That's it.
Yeah.
Once again, I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for being a part of Everything Black
Absolutely. Yes, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Okay.
Come on now.
Okay. Yeah.
There you have it. I'm your man Scooter. This is Everything Black On. Francis, COCOGIN, we out.